trying to separate the seedlings. My viburnum, Korean spice, and my garden bed that I extended. Obviously, the mulch is a little mismatched. They're both black, but I assume this issue will resolve at some point. So I've obviously got some big spaces here to work with. I've got some ground cover in the form of phlox, that discount clearance phlox that I bought, and then I've got my little discounted juniper. This one's a sea green, so it's going to have kind of a splay out a little bit and make it pretty tall, which is what I want. I love evergreen, having some evergreen interest, as well as the viburnum, which is one season, early spring. So I've got to consider all seasons flowering. So thinking maybe an azalea. I don't know. If you guys have suggestions, please comment down below on what you think I should put in this bed here. I need something that gets maybe like 4 to 5 feet, because I still need a little bit of clearance visually, since this is right next to my driveway. And then I've got some echinacea over here. I've got some bulbs coming up as well. Hey everybody, I wanted to come on here and just chat with you guys. I had a few minutes before I had something to do. Lately I've been, working in the garden, getting pruning tasks done, edging garden beds, that sort of thing. And obviously still growing my seeds and nurturing those, hardening off seedlings that I started back in January. My cool flowers like snapdragons, bachelor button, those I am just keeping an eye on. I've planted up some of them outside permanently in containers, and those are actually doing really well. Here we are, mid-March, or mid-April actually, beginning of April. If I can keep the date straight, it is the beginning of April. It is the first week of April, and it has been an interesting one. We've had a lot of storms here in northern Kentucky. The middle part of the country really has, and the upper Midwest really has been dealing with strong winds, tornadoes in some instances, and a ton of rainfall. Right now, we're currently on a flood watch. I am in grow zone 6B. So I'm starting a new batch of seedlings this go around here in the last few weeks. And my first round included, like I said, snapdragons, bachelor button. I overwintered some hydrangea, some mint, some catmint, some creeping jenny, and those have been doing really well. Pretty much all have come back, and some have come back that I honestly thought were on their deathbed or were dead. So hydrangea, really good one to propagate and to try to get new plants out of. I mean, I propagated those in the middle of summer, the heat of summer, and they are doing beautifully. And that includes panicle, smooth. I don't have any serrata, any mountain hydrangea, or any climbing hydrangea, but definitely want to get that in the arsenal at some point. So the new crop of seedlings that I started in the last few weeks in March, one would be the ever-beloved zinnia. So I ordered some Johnny's Seed, a beautiful peachy pale pink tone of zinnia. I've never grown, well, I have grown zinnia from seed, but not the way I should, not in the ground, with full sun, which is what I'm gonna do this summer. Also some spinach. I'm getting a little bit of a jump start on my cool garden plants, because I do want those to thrive, and I want to stop paying for salad lettuce at the grocery store, because inflation, okay? So the spinach is doing really, really well. These really just shot off and just took off for the races. I got a little bit of some roots growing out of the bottom here. I have been bottom and top watering just to keep these hydrated. I also started some lavender, and that took forever to get going, but I did put it in my fridge for a couple weeks, the seeds, and they germinated pretty well. I mean, it wasn't a great success rate. I've got a couple of lavender plants, and I don't know what these are. I hate to say that, but of course, this is why you label these really tall ones. I'm gonna use my plant ID my app to figure out what those are. I believe this is the lavender, the shorter ones. Should probably do that. Okay, what else we have? Shasta Daisy and Marigold. For some reason, the Marigold, I only had one seedling germinate, but it is a really cool looking seedling. If you can see it spotted on the leaves, kind of burgundy, spot maroon actually more, and the maroon stem. Beautiful. And Shasta Daisy, and those did pretty well, the germination rate. I'm also winter sowing these two. I've got them in milk jugs and some soil back in the back. They've gotten a lot of rainfall, so I don't know how they're going to do. I think after this weekend, when we get like 4 days straight of rain, which we are currently dealing with, I'm going to put those in the fullest full sun spot on my south facing garden bed, just to really try to, air those out of, the saturation of the soil, and, or dry those out, I should say, and, give their leaves a chance to start to grow. Cause I feel like they're a little bit stunted because of all the rain, to be honest. But I am seeing sprouting. Now, what I'm not seeing sprouting with the winter sow method is my lavender. So that may still be yet to come. We'll see, but obviously I've got a little bit of lavender, some security built in, because I've been growing it from seed indoors as well. And then a really fun experiment, and pleasantly surprised, the sweet pea growth here. I have 5 seedlings that have germinated from these little, I've got them in this cylindrical kind of tube here. I've just got some seed starter mix under here because this is what I had laying around. And it's been a little bit easier to kind of bottom water these. So yeah, it's definitely a pleasant surprise to see those actually working, because I understand sweet peas are one of those seeds that have a much harder outer shell. Now I did kind of nick the seeds because they're a little bit bigger seeds, so it's easier to do that. So I did nick them a little bit, and I put them in a dark spot for, I think, a week, or maybe it was a few days. And I did see a little bit of initial germination. What I have not seen some initial germination is my delphinium seeds that I've had in the fridge for 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that this second year round will be the trick. We'll see though. I don't know. I'm not seeing any sprouting. This is the mix that I bought at the store. I tried these last year, had no luck. Tried them outside though, after the frost date had passed. So these do need that cold period in order to germinate, from what I understand the seeds do. So this is the Magic Fountains Mixed Color Dwarf Delphinium. Those would be great for a container, which is why I bought the dwarf. But anyway, so yeah, the seeds have been in there since I put them in a Ziploc bag and the saturated paper towel. Delphinium seeds were started on 3/19, and I had to take them out on 4/2, which is what I did today, actually. So a day late, but I haven't seen any germination on these. These are very, very small seeds. I'm thinking of maybe nicking those myself. Actually, you know what? I see maybe a teensy-weensy bit of something happening, but nothing, that's apparent. So I am going to pot those up in my little trays today. Wish for the best. I think most of these I'm going to pot up in the little trays and try to indoor start. Some of them I'm just going to put out in a container and see where we're at. I mean, we're still pretty close to that mid-April frost-free date. We are going to get into the 40s for a brief stint next week. Not sure what that's all about. I have been, as you know, hardening off seedlings. And for the most part, I've been able to leave them outside all day. I did bring them inside overnight last night because of some really strong winds. We had like 70-mile-per-hour winds. It was crazy. It was kind of scary, but we survived. I did purchase a new sky pencil holly, and those, from what I understand, are not great with heavy winds. So I took that inside. I haven't planted it out in the landscape yet. And honestly, I may just keep it in a container. I still haven't made up my mind about that holly, but I still have a front garden bed that I'm trying to get full of plants, and I did edge my backyard bed, and I kind of went to town pruning the hydrangea that is coming up from the ground. I'm seeing new shoots on it, and then our new growth on it, and then I'm also seeing on the existing wood some green buds. So I did get that a little bit of a haircut, took that down about a third. Actually, my daughter helped me with that, so that was fun. She offered to do it and was really enjoying it. It's so satisfying to prune plants. It really is. But you just got to do it at the right time, obviously. And as I told her, you can always take off, but you can't put back on. So it's always good to be kind of conservative with that. So we'll see how the hydrangeas do this season. They did pretty well for me last season. I will say the one that's in my east facing garden bed that gets afternoon shade, I had a couple of huge blooms on it, the pink ones, you know, but more leaves than anything. So I guess in order to remedy that, you know, sunlight is obviously a factor, and I may have cut off some old blooms because I really took it down to the stump last season. So I'm assuming that's what happened. So I wanted to be a little bit more conservative in my pruning this year, needless to say. I wanted to show you guys something I bought off Amazon, which I'm kind of having buyer's remorse. This looks like a tripod, like my camera tripod, but it is not. It is a cute little plastic bird bath on it. It's like a trellis, or at least what I thought it was. I mean, look at this. This looks like a tripod. This does not look like a nice little dainty garden trellis from which I can affix my sweet peas. Hello? I think I'll keep it. I don't know. What should I do, guys? I mean, it looks so much like this. Garden trellis, tripod. Garden trellis, tripod. Man, there's a funky smell going on right now in my kitchen. I don't know what it is. I had to film this in the kitchen because the basement is just so dark, you know, and lighting is everything. So yeah, these are my seedlings that, I don't know. Can I do anything with them now? I feel like these are all heat lovers. The zinnia, the marigold, the Shasta Daisy, they're all heat lovers. The spinach, that's what I need to do. I need to get this planted out in the vegetable garden. I have not even started on my vegetable garden, which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a start on it in March. But I guess I was just so focused on seed starting. Thank you guys for watching today. It has been so much fun starting this YouTube channel. I'm 20 plus episodes in, and I can't get enough, to be honest with you. If any of you know me from my former life as a TV news person, this is right up my alley because I love editing videos. I love, you know, just filming and talking and being, you know, your pal, your gardening pal. Most of you are probably starting out like I am, or maybe you've been gardening for 10 plus years. Let me know any tips and tricks, any, you know, chores you're doing right now, tasks around the garden. Are you just itching to get out there? And let's discuss, like, are you a perennial person or are you an annual person? I mean, I realize that a lot of us are both, but I will say I'm more of a perennial person. And I think that comes from my desire to save money, believe it or not. Oh, I didn't even turn this mic on this whole time. Mic has not been on. Oh, yeah. Neither one of my mics have been on. I'm hoping that the regular mic on the phone picked it up. Wow, how am I making such a rookie mistake like that? Happy planting. Let's get this going. If the severe weather can just die down a bit, I would appreciate that. We've gotten a lot of rain. That'll be great for the plants. A lot of them are starting to wake up now. I'm happy to report quite a few of my plantings from last year, my plant starts and in the fall, are coming back. And I'll definitely show you guys in the next video what those are. See ya.